Hi, my name is Werner. We're reporting from New Ulm, Minnesota.
My name is Allie Blumhofer, and we're doing a special on the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame. Hi, my name is Allie Blumhofer, and we're interviewing
Colleen Brown with Memory Makers Video.
So, Colleen, how do you feel about music?
Oh, I love music. I have a daughter who plays music.
I see you have some luggage with you. What's in the case?
This is my video camera. In here is my camera. See? Can you get a close-up of that? That's right. This is my spare camera. Because sometimes the cameras go down, and then it's a panic. A real panic.
When did you learn how to use cameras?
I started probably 20 years ago, even before you were a thought.
Is it really hard?
No, it's actually a very fun job. You get to interview lots of interesting people, and you get to do all sorts of fun things like this today. I didn't anticipate this at all, and to be interviewed by such a pretty girl.
Do you ever get nervous when you're running the cameras?
Well, I get nervous if the camera starts acting up. You know, with the battery starts flashing, and I need another battery, and the battery's way over there. Then I get nervous. Then I wish I had a roadie like Sandy over there. Or Rick.
Who are your role models, or who made you want
to start filming? The reason is that I always wanted to own a camera, and my husband 20 years ago said if I could make money with it, I could have one. So I just decided to take some classes at Mankato State and started filming.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us tonight?
Well, I'm just delighted to be interviewed by you folks. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a singer, but I'm not sure that's ever going to happen.
Don't ever give up on that dream. I had a daughter that was like 4 years old, and she grew up to become a singer. Yeah.
I'll remember that.
So who are you going to interview next? I think you should interview Shades of Color, Rick Appetz. You can ask him why he became a photographer.
Come on over here.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name's Allie Blumhofer, and this is
Rick Appetz.
That's quite the camera you got there.
I've been using these for about 2 years now, but I've been photographing for about 31.
What made you want to start working with the cameras?
It's when I was in high school, I was too small to play sports, and so that's when I picked up a camera and I did pictures for the newspapers.
What's one of the most fun things you've gotten to take a picture of?
I've gotten to photograph former President Bush and Vice President Cheney. Those were fun.
That's pretty cool.
It was exciting. There was a lot of security, and Secret Service were there, and it was a lot of fun.
Is that thing really heavy?
Sure. You want to hold it?
Sure. Oh, wow, that is heavy.
It's got a big flash on it. This is the camera part, and I've got 3 cameras like this, so that when I work, if I have trouble with one, I just have another one that I can keep working. So
we've got some backup cameras for KGFW.
It's important when you have to get the work out, right?
Thank you very much for the interview, Rick. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
I just really appreciate what you guys are doing in class, and I'd really like to see the action when it's done. It'd be really neat.
You're part of episode 21.
21, huh?
We'll get you a copy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our Volunteer of the Year this year, 2000, Rick Appetz. He's our cameraman. The staff actually came too, because somebody had to take a picture because he couldn't do that one.
Hi, I'm Allie Blumhofer, and we're reporting from the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame Museum. and that's located in New Ulm, Minnesota. It's freezing out here. Now we're in the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Let's go take a look around. Hi, my name's Allie Blumhofer, and this is
Dodie Wenninger.
Dodie. Where are we today? What's going
We're
on?
at the museum here in New Ulm at the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame Museum, and where we're showcasing all the inductees that we inducted last evening.
What's one thing you really love about music?
Well, music is happy music. You know, all the music you have, it makes you feel happy and joyous, and the people that make the music are happy people, and it's the relationships that you got to learn and grow through, and I'd say a lot of your oldies, the greats that you thought of in music, and meeting them, like the Bobby V's and the Rockfields, and like last night, Gene Thomas and the Jolly Brothers. They were people I started out with when I was a young girl, so that's the great part.
Do you have a favorite memory from going to see anybody?
Yes, I had a real great experience. I got to meet Lois Best Herman. She was the first Champagne lady with Lawrence Welk, and she was inducted several years ago, and what a grand lady, and the relationship that grew from that was one of my most memorable experiences.
This really looks like an amazing place.
Well, if you walk around, you're going to see different artifacts from all the different inductees we've inducted since 1989. And as of last night, we now have 100 inductees that we've inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, I just hope as time goes on, as you grow up and all the girls and children out at the school, come here to visit. And maybe you can have a certain day or half a day off, and he'll bring you by the bus, and you can have a tour of the museum, and then you'll understand more about all the different musicians. And it's all different types of music, so it's not just old time. There's classic, there's rock and roll, there's the blues, country western, so it's all the different forms of music you'd be interested in.
Thank you very much, Dodie. We'll catch up with you a little later.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Allie Blumhofer reporting for KGFW, and this is...
Sherwin Linton.
Can you tell us how music has affected your life?
Well, music has affected my life ever since I was a child, because it was always something that I paid attention to, loved to listen to, and fortunately I learned enough about it so that I was able to learn how to play instruments, guitar, and sing, and make a living playing music with my band and touring all over the country. So it's been a wonderful experience, and music is the heartbeat of the soul of man.
What's one of your favorite memories from performing music?
Well, I guess probably one of my favorite has been appearing on the Johnny Cash show several times, and especially on Mother's Day in 1982 in my hometown of Watertown, South Dakota, where my mother was in attendance and Johnny Cash introduced me on his show. That was a very favorite memory. And I guess beyond that, there's many of them over the years, but the most special are just being able to introduce young people your own age, who learn to perform and put them into my show and help mentor them and teach them about how to entertain before an audience. And that is always a special memory.
Did you ever get nervous while you were playing?
Nervousness for me is not something I experience very often, except when I'm not well prepared or the environment that I'm in is not very comfortable. Then I get a bit nervous. But the better and the larger the audience, the more at ease I generally feel, except if we just don't have proper preparation. It's important to be well prepared.
That's some good advice. Thank you for taking the time to do this interview with us. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I would like to encourage everyone who likes music and wants to perform it to find a way to perform it, even if you're just singing at home by yourself or in the shower. If you have an audience, that's fine. If there's a way that you can perform, and even if you're really not thinking that you're very good at it, do it anyway because you enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
You're sure welcome, and I thank you for taking the time to visit with me.
Hi, this is Allie Blumhofer and reporting for KGFW, and this is...
Les Fields.
What's it like being inducted into the Music Hall of Fame?
Well, it's a great experience. I never expected this, and it was so much fun because 16 guys from the Turkey River All-Stars all came over to help me celebrate.
Who are some of the people who influenced you when you were growing up?
Well, I'd say my mother, she played the piano for silent movies out in a little town in Iowa, and my dad played the drums in the town band. An uncle and a cousin that were musicians. One was a saxophone player and the other was a tuba player. And I think the other person was probably in the 4th grade, band director Valdemar Johnson. Taught me how to play the cornet in the 4th grade.
What's one of your favorite memories from playing music?
Well, I would say when the Turkey River All-Stars got to go to New Orleans and play at the World's Fair. We represented the state of Minnesota. And another one was playing on the Delta Queen and the Mississippi Queen steamboats. And another one was playing the Lawrence Welk Theater in Branson. Those are the most fun.
Is there any advice you'd give to somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Yeah, I think the best thing to do would be to start on the piano. Because if you learn the piano, then you learn all about chords and scales and then take another instrument after that.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, I want to know who you are. What's your name?
My name is Allie Blumhofer.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
That's what I started. Do you play an instrument?
I play the piano.
You play the piano. Just what you're supposed to do, right? Terrific.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. You're a good interviewer.
Thank you. Hi, this is Allie Blumhofer reporting for KGFW, and this is...
Denny Robertson.
Congratulations on being inducted into the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, but that's really Les Fields, who's the leader of our band, and I'm just one of the members of the band. I play one of the banjos. You can hear some banjos in the background, perhaps, and those folks play with me. I'm very honored to be able to play with them once in a while, so it's been a lot of fun.
What has music meant to you in your life?
Hey, listen, it's brought a great dimension to my life. My regular day job was an eye surgeon at the Mayo Clinic, so with the Turkey River All-Stars, I've had an alternate lifestyle that you wouldn't believe.
What's one of your favorite memories from playing music?
Playing with the turkeys up and down the Mississippi River and down in New Orleans and all kinds of venues. We've had lots of fun, and some of the gigs are good gigs and some of them are pretty awful. By and large, everything's been pretty fantastic, so we've enjoyed it a lot.
Who are some of the people who taught you how to play an instrument?
Well, my father played the banjo, and I used to watch him around the corner when I was a little kid to see if I could learn a couple of chords, because he really didn't sit down and teach me a lot. I don't think he wanted me to get as good as he was. So I watched my dad, and then I would go to San Francisco and watch some of the banjo players in the Red Garter and things like that. And I played the banjo many years, but in the last 1 year, I've taken 4 lessons. My only 4 lessons have been in this past year, and the 2 banjo players that you hear behind us have been giving me lessons.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Well, of course, it's Dixieland music because it gladdens your heart. You can hear that all over when you hear Dixieland music, and it's just fun-loving music that makes you want to stomp your feet.
Well, thank you very much for the interview. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Sure, it's fun to meet people like you. Thank you very much.
This is Allie Blumhofer reporting from KGFW, and this is...
What is my name or your name? You're Allie Blumhofer. I'm Rudy with us. Always with us.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy. How old do you think I am? Yeah, how old do you think?
60?
Huh?
60?
Oh, God. Add another 30 and then some. Would you believe that? Do you think a guy can get to be 90 years old? I'll be 92 next year. Young. Or old, either way. Depends upon who I'm talking to. When I'm talking to you, I'll say young.
How has music affected your life?
Very much, very much. It's the best way to relax is have a little music. Right? I bet you like music too. What, do you play something?
I play the piano.
Oh, that's a good instrument. That's a good bass. From there you can jump into anything.
Do you have any advice for somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Oh, I got a lot of advice, but some of that is not too good.
This has been super being able to meet us, being able to meet you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, I hope that the whole generation, your generation and more further, that they stay with music more, some basic music instead of that noise that they make. See, years ago we all played good music, because that's my opinion.
Our teacher likes to listen to big band.
You mean like Guy Lombardo and Sammy Kaye and those guys? Yeah.
Artie Shaw and Les Brown.
Yeah, I know that's good music. I like that too. Years ago, that's all we could listen to. It was good music. You know, it's very creative and pleasing. Today, the music they play today, you don't really relax, do you? I mean, it seems to just tear you up. That's what it feels like to me.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll watch you when you grow up now. Blumhofer, is it? I'll keep reminding it. I'll remember that. I'll see where you go now. What do you play then?
Piano.
Piano, that's it, huh? You stay with that and get a good hold of that, because all the notes are there. And on the other instruments, you have to make them. But on the piano, they're right there. Okay? You have a good time.
Thank you.
I like your shirt. I got a red one too. If I had known that, I'd have worn my red shirt too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Allie Blumhofer, and we're reporting for KGFW, and this is
Lowell Lundstrom.
Well, can you tell us what music has meant to you in your life?
Oh, it's made life fuller and richer. When you're singing good music and playing good music, it makes your spirit rise. You feel like being happier. You want to do nice things for people. Music is the key. If you keep people singing happy songs, they're going to be a happy, God-fearing people.
Who are one of the people who taught you how to play an instrument?
I owe it to my father. My father knew a few chords on the guitar, and he showed me what he knew, and I put it together with what others knew. And before long, when I was 14 years old, I started my own rockabilly band, and we played throughout the Midwest. And so here I am 48 years later, still making music, but I'm on the solid rock now doing gospel.
What advice would you give to somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Well, I'd say stay with it. Keep practicing. Music comes one note at a time, so don't try to tackle the whole thing. It's like eating an elephant. Take it one little bite at a time. Learn a little bit here, a little bit there, and before long you're going to be playing great music, and you're going to express your innermost self in the songs that you sing and perform. It's really great, and I hope that you'll go with music.
Here's one of his albums. Hi, I'm Allie Blumhofer reporting for KGFW, and this is
Ron Colby.
Congratulations, Ron.
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
What has music meant to you in your life?
Well, since I started playing bluegrass back in about '64, it's been a very, very big part of my life. Most of my longest lasting friends have been involved with music, and as I've evolved over the years playing banjo and bluegrass bands, it's just been a real fun experience and gratifying.
Who taught you how to play music?
Well, my first teacher was a left-handed banjo player in the Army in Berlin, Germany. And he got me started on the banjo, and by the time I came back to the States, I was all hooked on it, and kept on playing and learning and starting different bands here and there, so, yeah.
What's one of your favorite memories from performing?
Oh, wow. The current band, the Platte Valley Boys, we're celebrating our 30th year this year, so, and prior to that, it goes way back more years than that, so it's hard to pinpoint one. One great thing was just this year, because that's how memory serves you, the most recent events. We played out in Denver, Colorado for some friends of ours festival, the Bluegrass Patriots, and we just had a wonderful time out there, and the audience was just so wonderful and appreciative, so it was a great experience. Also, I think I can remember we opened for Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys a couple years ago in St. Paul, and that was a beautiful experience. So,
Do you have any advice for somebody learning how to play an instrument?
well, I'll tell you one thing. When I started playing guitar, I bought a cheap guitar. It was an old Stella, and I think a lot of people started out like that. And it had strings about this far off the fretboard, and they were probably rusty. So if you got a bad instrument, you're probably going to get discouraged. I think I put it down for about 4 years before I started up again. So start out with a decent instrument and get someone, a teacher that you respect for how they play, so that they'll teach you the way you want to learn.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I would like to say hi to Julie Elmer, the elementary secretary. Don told me to say that. Well, I'm just very honored to be in this Hall of Fame with so many greats that have gone on that they've placed in the Hall over the last 15 years. Last night was just a wonderful event, and all those who were inducted this year, it was just such a pleasure to talk to them and listen to their music and their highlights of their lives. And I'll be so honored to be in the hall with the inductees in coming years as well. So I'm very thankful to the Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior, and for this opportunity to go further in music. Thank you very much.
Welcome. I understand you know our secretary.
Well, that happens to be my daughter.
So you know Mrs. Elmer.
Well, I know Mrs. Elmer, but I knew her when she was Julie McCoy, too.
And what would your name be?
And I am Don McCoy, father of Julie Elmer.
What's music meant to you in your life?
Music meant to me, it's gotten me into all kinds of neat friends, such as 2 inductees into the Music Hall of Fame. Tony Andreasen, who was the Thrashman, and Ron Colby, who was Platte Valley Boys. Just some really cool people.
Any advice for somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Turn your radio up loud.
Anything else you want to share with us before we sign off?
This is really a unique part of the country. New Ulm, Minnesota, is just the seat of music right here, and it's just so cool that the Music Hall of Fame is here in the town of New Ulm, where I was born.
Thank you very much, and we enjoyed having you on the show.
I enjoyed being here. Thank you.
We'll say hi to Mrs. Elmer too.
Thank you. Do that. Yeah.
Hi, this is Allie Blumhofer reporting for KGFW, and this is
Lowell Schreier.
Banjo player.
And Debbie Schreier.
Congratulations for being part of the Minnesota Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what music has meant to you in your life?
Well, it's been about half of my life. I used to be a newspaper reporter at my day job, and by nights and weekends I was a banjo player. So I've had 2 careers going, one in news work and the other one in banjo playing.
And I grew into the banjo playing. I'm Lowell's daughter, and I started playing banjo. He showed me how when I was 8 years old, and I've gone around playing at different banjo festivals with him, and eventually I became a banjo player, and that's what I do now that I'm grown up.
Can you hold your banjo up for us and tell us about it?
Okay, this is a Vega banjo. Nowadays you see a lot of 5-string banjo that they play in bluegrass bands, but this is only a 4-string banjo, and this is the kind we use in playing Dixieland music and ragtime. It's a very good banjo, and I've had it for a long time.
What was some of the music you listened to growing up?
Well, I was born in New Ulm, so I'm a New Ulmer from the German background, and my first music was hearing polka music. My folks used to take me along to dances when I was a little kid, and I'd heard the polka music. But then as I grew older, I liked the Dixieland jazz music, and that's what I play most of the time now is old-time Dixieland jazz, but I can still play old-time polkas too.
I grew up listening to my dad's record collection, so I listen to a lot of Dixieland jazz, and that's my favorite kind of music now too.
Do you guys ever play on the Mississippi River?
On the Mississippi River, yeah. I used to be a banjo player on an old-time steamboat called the Delta Queen. It's sort of a showboat, and we would go up and down the Ohio River, all the way from Pittsburgh down to St. Louis and down to New Orleans, and I'd play with the Dixieland band on there, and then in the evenings we would do shows, and then I would play a banjo solo on that. So I've done a lot of riverboat playing, and Debbie is doing some too, but she does it closer to home here.
I play on the riverboats on the Mississippi River for the Paddleford Packet Boat Company. They're located at Harriet Island in St. Paul, and we do dinner cruises, brunch cruises, and all kinds of trips during the summer.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is. You should come along sometime.
Any advice for somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Just one word: practice and practice and practice. And do it hard.
Well, what my dad taught me is leave your instrument out. Leave it out on your bed or out on the couch, so when you walk by, you pick it up and play it.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we wrap up?
Boy, I have to think on that one. That's about my life story. I guess that's it. Except they asked me, have you played that all your life? And I said, well, not yet.
Well, I just wanted to thank you kids for coming and showing an interest for the younger people in this older style of music.
We've learned a lot this weekend.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you very much for your time and have a nice day.
Okay, that sounds good.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My name's Allie Bloomhofer, and now we're interviewing
Pete Wendinger.
How has music affected your life?
Well, I guess my folks enjoyed it. They loved all the polka bands in New Ulm, and that's how we got going with our first concertina. And they went to the polka days in New Ulm years ago, and they seen these young kids that played at that time. They were a couple of years older than us. They were from that New Prague, Montgomery area, and they went, and my dad seen them, and I guess he come home with a $135 concertina that day. And then we took lessons, and I guess we just always enjoyed playing.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were growing up?
Oh, I guess when I was a young kid, my folks always had polka music playing, and I guess when I was in high school, I liked the 50s and 60s, and I still like 50s and 60s and the polkas and the waltzes.
Do you have any advice for somebody learning how to play an instrument?
Yes, just keep on practicing, getting out into the public and playing for little functions, and keep your interest high.
Can you tell us about this picture?
Oh yes, that was taken in I think 1977. This was taken, and it was taken, actually it looks like it was taken up right by Herman Heights, where Herman the German stands in New Ulm, but it wasn't. It was taken in a studio. A postcard company from Cross Lake, Minnesota had the rights to that picture, and we asked for the rights, and Meyer Studio, if I remember right, incorporated the two pictures together, that Peter and Paul are part of the Herman Monument statue.
Is it a lot of work making a record?
Well, I think we got 23 of them out, and I guess I really enjoyed it years ago. Maybe it didn't seem like that much work. I guess I got a harder time today taking the time out to make one. So I guess we're going to do one more yet.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, I guess we always want to invite you to come on out to a function where we're playing at, and bring the family and all the ages, and we'll have a great time.
Thank you very much, and thanks a lot for all the great music.
Great, thank you for the interview. Thank you.
This has been a very educational experience for us.
I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope you can show this off to all your other friends in school.
We sure will, and have a great day.
Thank you.
My name is Rebecca Klatt, reporting for KGFW, and we are here at Gustavus Adolphus, and tonight we're doing a special on college athletics. My cousin plays for Hamlin. She's number 33, Ashley Warwick. Looks like Ashley's got some fans here. Why are you guys here?
We're here to cheer Ashley on! Yeah! Way go Ashley!
Now we're interviewing
Coach Mickey Haller.
Fun game tonight?
I'm going to guess if you were watching it was a really fun game, but maybe from my perspective it was very stressful for a few moments.
What was one of the things that you really enjoyed about college basketball?
My players. I think one of the reasons that I coach is because of the players. I think we have some of the most wonderful young women in the country right here in the state of Minnesota, and I think I enjoy that the most. I get to come every day to practice, and I get to hang out with those guys, so that's what I enjoy the most.
So who are some of your role models when you were growing up?
Wow, Magic Johnson. I go back a ways. Some of the women that I actually played against when I was growing up, one of them played at Kansas University, and she was one of the first women to play for the Globetrotters. She's the only woman to ever do that. So I had a lot of professional athletes who are my role models: Kevin McHale, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Some of the kids that played down, and I got to play against a lot of pretty top kids, so it was pretty fun.
What are some of your favorite memories from playing the game basketball?
Well, 2 years ago, we beat Carleton at Carleton, and we tied for the conference championship and got to go on to nationals, which is probably the most exciting thing that happened to us. We won our home game here, and then we got to travel out west to the state of Washington and play a school out there. So that's probably one of my best memories. Also, some of the trips we've taken. We've gone to Puerto Rico, and we've gone to England and Ireland and Italy, and we get to play some international teams. It's been really fun.
Do you have any advice for girls at elementary school that would want to play basketball someday?
You know, get a ball, get out, and play. Try to do some ball handling if you can. Get out and play one-on-one, 5-on-5. Play with your brothers, play with the boys, play with your sisters, play with your mom and dad. Just get a ball in your hands and get playing as much as you can.
Coach, it's been a pleasure to introduce you.
Thank you.
My name is Rebecca Klatt, and now we're interviewing
Bree Monahan.
What did you think of your game tonight?
Well, I thought we got off to a rough start, but towards the end we picked it up a little, got stronger, and finished it strong.
How is college basketball different from playing high school basketball?
College basketball is a lot faster. It's more aggressive. I think it's a lot more fun.
So who are some of the role models that you had when you were growing up?
Well, basketball-wise, I really looked up to Lindsay Whalen. I got to play with her 1 year, and I thought she was an excellent player, and so I really liked watching her and playing like her.
That had to be quite an experience, huh?
Yep, it sure was. It was a lot of fun.
Is there anything you get nervous about before a game?
I get nervous a lot before a game. I don't know. I just want to go out and play my best, and I hope that we win, so I get a little jittery.
It looks like you had a good game tonight, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we're in Lund Arena, and now we're interviewing
Bob Southworth.
Bob, can you tell us what the name of basketball means to you?
Well, basketball was a very important part of my life growing up. It gave me something to do as a kid, a way to get outside and play on the basketball court in the driveway, and a way to develop a lot of friendships with the people I played with. So that's kind of what basketball means to me, and the teamwork that's involved with it.
Who are some of your role models when you were growing up?
I'd say a lot of my role models, my two role models were my parents, but regarding basketball, a lot of my role models were the high school players at our school at GFW, because they were very successful and they worked very hard at it, and just watching them taught us the right way to play the game. So I would say basketball-wise, those were kind of my role models, who I looked up to when I was in grade school.
Do you have any advice for kids in elementary that would want to play in college someday?
I guess the most important advice I would give kids is just to go out and play basketball and go out in the driveway in the summer and the winter and just get outside and shoot baskets. Another piece of advice is I would tell the people to really work at it. Don't just pick it up for a couple months out of the year. Work at it throughout the year and try to get better at your skills and just try to improve one thing each time you go out there. So that's the advice I'd give them.
So you've had some success here at Gustavus, haven't you?
I did have a little success here at Gustavus. I played football and I also played basketball down on this court here. And we either won the conference or won the conference championship every year that I played here. I didn't play much as a freshman, and not a lot of freshmen do get to play a lot, but again, you just have to work at your game even at this level to be able to play. And we were very successful. We won a lot of tournaments and made the national tournament all 4 years.
So what do these banners in here hanging mean?
Obviously there is a lot of banners, and it's not just the years that I played, but those banners do mean the hard work that Gustavus has put in, and the coaching staff has done a great job here of playing the right style of basketball. And when you play the right style of basketball as a team, and everybody knows how to play as a team, that's kind of the result of what that is. So,
is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we go?
What grade are you guys?
4th grade.
I think this is cool, what Mr. Werner and you 4th graders are doing.
Bob, looks like we got somebody else from Gibbon.
That sounds good.
Seriously, we want to thank you for your time and have a nice evening. Looks like we found somebody else from Gibbon. What's your name?
Ashley Warwick.
She's one of my cousins. Ashley, I got to see you play a little bit tonight, and I thought you were really good.
Thanks, buddy.
What's playing college basketball compared to playing high school basketball?
It's a lot different. It's a lot faster paced, if you didn't notice that, and the girls are bigger and stronger, and it's just a really big step up, and it takes a lot of adjusting to.
Who are some of your role models that you looked up to till this point?
Well, I grew up watching some really good players. Rebecca Calcula, along with that. I was coached by Rebecca Bussey, so that was another role model of mine. And, of course, Lindsay Whalen.
What's your favorite memory from playing college basketball so far?
This year would have to be our win over UW River Falls. It was just a good team effort, and we started the season off great with a 15-point victory.
Looks like you had a fan club here tonight.
I did, actually. I had people with T-shirts on and fans from all over the place. It was really nice to see the support.
Is it hard to get your schoolwork done?
Sometimes it is. It's, like I said, it's a big step up to college life, and it's a lot of homework.
You make the people in GFW proud. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Just that you guys do a great job and keep it up.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
This is Grant Douglas reporting for KGFW, and this is...
I'm Heidi Gruenhagen.
And I'm Melissa Kirak. What's one of the most popular items?
Gustavus is definitely known for their popcorn.
What is one of the biggest differences compared to college than high school?
Definitely the amount of homework.
Yep. And we don't get much sleep. Thank you very much for being on our show. You're welcome.
My name is Ryan Davey. Now we're interviewing
Dan Richards.
Dan, what do you do here at Gustavus?
I'm an assistant baseball coach.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
Probably winning the Minnesota State Championship as a 16-year-old.
What school was that with?
I was with Bloomington Jefferson High School.
Do you have any advice for little kids who want to play in college?
Definitely. First of all, you got to work very hard because baseball is probably the toughest sport out there. And also, you really need to work on not getting too upset if you get out, because in baseball you get out a lot more than you get a hit. So the good players usually are the ones that don't get too upset when they get out.
That's good advice.
Yeah, it is.
Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Yeah, come on out and watch the Gusties play baseball this spring.
Thank you very much.
Now we're talking to
Anna Albrecht.
What do you think of Lundarina?
It's pretty nice.
I noticed you have a red hat on. What's that about?
Best baseball team.
I like it.
Look at the concession stand people gave us. Cool! We got pencils for a year. My name is Brandon Albrecht, reporting for KGFW, and this is...
John DeRock.
John, you looked like you were working pretty hard out there.
Yeah, it's hard work running up and down the court like that, playing full court defense, and it gets pretty tiring and intense.
Is there a big difference between playing college basketball and high school basketball?
Yeah, the intensity level is way different. The pace of the game, it's a lot more up and down, full court. It's a lot faster pace.
Who were some of your role models when you were growing up?
Well, when I was in middle school, Jimmy Alexander and Mitch Knockreiner and Jesse Ertl were my role models. And then once I got into the high school, I learned a lot from Mr. Bussey and Mr. Jacobson, and I would have to say that those were my biggest role models growing up.
Do you have any advice for kids in elementary school that want to play in college?
Just keep working hard, and whenever you get a chance, you have free time and you want to do something, go out there and play and just shoot around and continually get better.
Is there anything else you want to tell us before you go?
Just keep working hard at no matter what you do, and just have a good time at what you're doing.
You play for the Good and Reds, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It's a good team to play on, a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
So you're pretty versatile.
I guess I would kind of like to think so, I guess, yeah.
John, we'll let you go, and thanks for the interview.
Thanks.
Now we're interviewing
Jan Simonson, and I brought a sack of treats for John DeRock because he used to be in my class, and I was really proud to watch him tonight play for Hamlin because we have some special ties to Hamlin.
Your son used to play for Hamlin, didn't he?
He did, and that's kind of why we have some special ties to Hamlin.
It was a good game to watch.
It was.
Thank you very much for the interview. Tonight's been a pretty good time. I think we got one more interview before we go. Now we're interviewing
Barry Wooler.
Barry. Looks like a pretty physical game tonight.
It sure was. The Gustavus Gusties are very physical, and Coach Hansen does a great job with his team. But I was really proud of our guys, how they battled and how hard they played.
What's one of your favorite parts about the game of basketball?
I think that it's a team game, and it takes 5 guys to share the basketball, and you just can't do it by yourself. I think it's that you have to work with others and for a common goal.
We interviewed one of your players, John DeRock. He sweats a lot.
That's because he's nervous his coach is going to yell at him if he doesn't play hard.
It's fun to watch you guys.
Well, thanks a lot. It was sure fun having you guys here.
Do you have any advice for kids in elementary school who want to play in college?
The first thing is make sure that you get good grades, do your schoolwork, because you have to have good grades to get in college. And the second thing is play as much as you can.
That pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for being on our show.
Well, that was sure nice of you, Grant. Thanks for having us.
Now we're interviewing
Mark Hansen.
Say, Mark, it looks like a pretty good game for you guys tonight.
It finished very well. We struggled for a little bit in the first half, but came out in the second half and played much better.
So what's one of your favorite memories from the game of basketball?
Well, I've been pretty lucky to have some great teams, and a couple years ago we had the chance to go to the Final Four in Division III, and that's probably one of the highlights.
Who was some of your role models when you were growing up?
Well, I think I was lucky to have great role models in my family, my mom and dad and my brothers, and I think they were probably the biggest influence on me, and I've had a couple of great coaches along the way.
Any advice for some elementary kids who want to play in college someday?
Practice, play, have fun, and do well in school.
It's been fun talking to you. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
I'm wondering if I can get your autographs so that when you guys become famous, I'll know who you are.
Will a business card do?
Sure, if you've got one.
Thanks a lot, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
My name is Jacob Palmer.
And my name is Jordan Valdez.
And we're giving you a preview of KGFW-22. And a couple of people we're going to watch today are Colin Lang and Aaron McDermott. Hey, Jordan, who do you think's going to win?
I think Aaron.
I kind of think Colin. He's played before. What do you think?
I don't know.
Hard to tell. You can learn